Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
I am Kevin, and I'm from Idaho Falls. It's important for the disabled to be vaccinated because of COVID. I chose to be vaccinated because I didn't want to be sick or in the hospital. Getting the vaccination, my experience was painless and worth it. It was a very wise choice.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down. Yeah.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Folks, I've got good news and bad news. Bad news? You just took that selfie with poison ivy. Good news? Someone gets to use their coverage from Your Health Idaho. Quality coverage for as low as $0 a month.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Welcome to the Ryerson Family Backyard Games. There will be obstacles to face and challenges to overcome. Are you ready?
Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch. Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Funds are limited. Apply today at nextsteps.idaho.gov/launch. Idaho Launch. Support in every direction.
This is not what I asked for.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Give the gift of college savings this holiday season with Ideal, Idaho's 529 college savings program. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
I love it. Thank you.
College costs money.
Live from Skyview High School in Nampa, it's the opening round of the Idaho High School Football State Playoffs on IdahoSports.com. Presented tonight by the Idaho Transportation Department and Ideal, Idaho's College Savings Program. Additional coverage is presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valley-wide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, your Health Idaho, and your local Toyota dealer. Good evening, everybody from Skyview. My name is Lucas Gephardt. Alongside me tonight is Ryan Luke. Tonight it's the 8-9 matchup in the 4A bracket. Not a lot of difference in the seeding. Same cannot be said about the location between these two schools. As tonight it's Shelley that took the long 4-hour bus ride going from one side of Idaho all the way to the other. Long road trip tonight for the Russets.
Yeah, road trip is right. And two different teams. You and I had the conversation earlier. Both these teams like to run the football, try to be physical, but Skyview comes out with a gunslinger of a quarterback. Their do-it-all is Mr. Beos, and he is a baller. He plays good football. He's the leading rusher on this team. He's the leading passer on this team. He plays starting defensive end. He gives pressure. So Shelley comes to the other side of the state where their participation, we were just counting the totals between both of these teams, 37 kids on the sideline for Skyview, 51 for Shelley, and that was their traveling squad. So two different teams, about the same schedule. We're in for a good one.
And off we go from Skyview as this one is all the way in the back of the end zone, back for a touchback. So Shelley will start with the ball first, and as their offense takes the field, let's talk about these Russets entering tonight with a 4-5 record, sort of scuffling their way into the state playoffs, at least on paper. The Russets have lost their last two. Yes, they're under 500, but a very battle-tested team. Shelley has already played 5 schools in this 4A bracket, and that includes Pocatello, Skyline, and Hillcrest. Those are 3 of the top 5 teams in this bracket, Ryan.
Yeah, and on top of that, the teams that weren't in 5A, 4A, they played 5A schools, playing in one of the toughest 4A divisions in this state. So the record is not indicative of the team.
First play from scrimmage for the Russets, it'll be a run on the right side. First play from the 20 will pick up 5. As Shelley, this is going to be a ground and pound team. They have been that throughout pretty much the entire year, even going back to their 3A days as well. They spread it out a little bit, I guess, in the 3A, but not going to see a whole lot of throwing tonight from Shelley.
Yeah, Shelley is one of the rare teams that you'll see that lines up a quarterback under center to take snaps in high school football these days. I mean, all the way from Texas, Florida, all over, everybody runs a spread. So to defend against somebody who lines up under center is a little more difficult than you'd imagine because you have to practice for it, and not many teams do it.
Back to the split back formation on 2nd down and 5, and this one's going to pick up about another 4 yards. The quarterback today for Shelley, Aiden Egbert, listed as a wide receiver, at least on the roster that we have. So, again, that goes to tell you that even the quarterback, probably a runner.
Probably a runner is right. So, as you look at them, as we're watching this game, notice how they'll just line up under center. They just run power, lead right, lead left. That's the big thing. What they're going to hit you with is a counter every once in a while, which is pretty good, smart football. But as is, they line everybody tight and it's ground and pound.
They're going to toss it out to the near side. Here they come trying to turn the corner on this 3rd down, and they're going to get it a lot more. Down the near sideline across the 50, all the way down to the 45. It was Chase Wyatt on the carry.
Great pitch to the outside, and I like that because they line everybody tight. As I was cutting you off before you jump in on the play-by-play, they line everybody tight, but what they got was a down block, and they were able to collapse the end and get to the outside with some speed. Showed me better speed than I thought. I mean, Shelley is a typically between the tackle kind of team, but once they get to the outside, picked up some critical blocks and was able to move the ball upfield.
So 1st and 10 now from the other side of the 50. Again, Shelley keeping things on the ground out of the split back formation. They'll push it forward for 4. And the definition of 3 yards and a cloud of dust there for the Russets.
Yeah, we're actually, cloud of dust is right. We're playing on natural turf tonight, which you and I both like. I think it throws, goes back, pays homage to the old school football. But that one was a little bit different. They gave it to the first man through. You'll see some of those counters. It almost reminds me a little bit of that Meridian offense that you and I did last week, where you don't know who's going to get the ball, but somebody's going to get the ball and they're going to run it.
So this is going to leave a 2nd down and 7. 2 minutes gone here in this opening quarter. 4A state playoffs opening round here from Skyview. And we're going to have a flag before Shelley can run this counter, and they're going to move it back 5 as we get the signal. It's a false start against Shelley.
Yeah, so the near tight end receiver, I don't know. Everybody has their hand on the ground with Shelley, but he took off upfield. That was a handoff, but they're setting him up. Watch that. They're going to set him up. They're going to release that tight end deep, and they're going to throw something down the seam come later down this game.
Push it back to a 2nd down and 12. Under 2 minutes, or 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes, I should say, have been played so far in this first quarter. And again, we talk about Shelley's record. Yeah, 4-5, but You know, they played some really good schools throughout that schedule. Certainly a battle-tested team as they enter the playoffs here tonight. They try the right side as this one is Austin Cannon. And Cannon can't find a whole lot of room, just a gain of 2 on that second down. And here comes a run-heavy offense in their first 3rd and long of the day.
So Cannon took that handoff, and he put both hands on top of it. I mean, there was no illusion that he was going to make a cut or jump cut or anything. He just ran an angle, ran up on the backside of his offensive lineman, trying to pick up yards. And quite frankly, I mean, smart, intelligent football, if they can play ball control and get some stops on defense, Shelley will control the clock this game.
3rd down and 9 now. Under 9 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Shelley still under center. They're going to throw a screen out to the far side. Pass is caught across the 40. Another first down for the Russets. Becker Williams on the reception on the far side picks up another Shelley first down.
Yeah, and this is how crazy we are, right? So Becker Williams, Brecker Williams is listed as the quarterback, but he was the receiver, the running back actually, coming out of the backfield. He caught the pass, and the receiver was the one who threw it to him. I don't know. We're just calling football here.
Yeah, no kidding. 1st and 10. And they're going to keep this on the ground. First down and some room down the far side. Touchdown, Russets. Taking that one in is Wadey, and the Russets are up 6-0.
Chance Wade, he just took it, and he did the opposite of the last time. Both hands on the ball, one jump cut to the right, chopped his feet, kept his feet moving, and was able to just show a burst to the outside to get out there. Again, Skyview's going to have to make some adjustments. I mean, that is exactly what's going to happen all night long, is just hand the ball off, run up between the tackles, and every once in a while they're going to hit you on the outside.
Chance waits the opening touchdown about 3.5 minutes into this opening quarter. Now the Russets on for the point after. Good-looking drive from the Russets to open things here on the road. On for the point after is Luke Pasco. And Pasco's extra point up and good, and it is 7-0 Shelley.
Good drive. I mean, we saw, look, one pass, but it was basically an extended handoff to the side to pick up that first down. But outside of that, they did exactly what we talked about. Now, the flip side of that is now, you know, Skyview, you've seen it, right? You've seen what they're going to throw at you. You know the guy in front of you who's going to be blocking you. What are you going to do with it now? So Skyview has a chance. They have to answer here. I mean, I don't think this isn't a must score right now. But come back and show some spunk. I mean, it's a home game. You have a crowd here, and you have a team that traveled. I'm here to tell you, to get to here, it's probably more like 4.5 hours.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I mean,
that's just what Google Maps says.
Google Maps says it's 4 hours, yeah, right? And then until you hit the rush hour, and, you know, sometimes there's, I mean, come on, road construction on 84 coming across the south of Idaho.
Very true this time of year, yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. And so Shelley getting set to kick things away. Russets move it down the field pretty clinically on that first drive, and they lead this thing 7-0. Pasco has it teed up on the near side 40, getting set to kick this thing away to the Hawks for the first time tonight. And end-over-end kick on its way as Cron is going to bring this one back, and he's looking for some room on the far side, dropped at the 29. While we get a chance, we'll bring in our advertising partners for the first time tonight. I want to thank Fall River Propane, serving eastern Idaho from Shelley and Firth to Island Park and Teton Valley with the highest quality, hottest burning propane at competitive prices. Their industry-trained and certified staff makes all the models of propane fireplaces and stoves. Fall River Propane, your full-service propane provider for homes and businesses. Check them out, fallriverpropane.com, or call 833-632-3671. Fall River Propane, experience the difference. And first play from scrimmage, and the Hawks have a first down. Gain of 13 on their first play, and the Hawks are in business as Cron takes the carry.
It was Aiden Martinez. Apologies. So Aiden Martinez, I'm sorry. I was watching. You had your head down.
Yes.
So Aiden Martinez took that look. You're going to get a lot of the same results, but they do it from the spread formation. And they have a big, strong quarterback with a strong arm, so always a threat to take it downfield.
They're going to keep this one on the ground as this is Buse, the quarterback. Now, Buse is a lot of the offense is going to run through Buse tonight. Cash Buse, he's a big kid. We talked about him in the open. Defensive lineman as well for Skyview. He's actually the leading rusher for the Hawks at quarterback.
Yeah, and you can just see it too. I mean, he has some moxie when he walks out there. He's tall, he's lanky, but he has some muscle to him. moves well, and gives a draw play here. A couple yards up inside.
Second down and 8. They're going to get just a couple. So 3rd down and 6 coming up now for Skyview.
3rd and 6. I mean, this is totally manageable. And at this point, too, quite frankly, I mean, it's all go. I think this is 2-down territory. I mean, you really just have to go for it. There's nothing left, in the season if you lose.
Yeah, it's win or go home at this point in the season. 3rd and 6. Buse is going to keep it on the ground. Buse across the 50 has the first down to the 44. And we don't have to worry about 4th down now as Buse picks up the first down there.
Doesn't matter. And you can see the explosiveness, too. And he has a good feel when he's running the ball. He kind of slipped out to the near sideline and just floated along the way, knowing where the pylons were, where the sticks were, getting to him for the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 45-yard line, operating in Russet territory now. Hawks on the move, opening possession of the night here from Skyview. Buse sends a man in motion. He's going to keep it left. Buse across the 40, steps out of a tackle looking for the first down, picks up at least 8 or 9. He's going to be short of the first down. 2nd and short coming up as Buse takes it over to the far side.
Lucas, we may have a shootout here on the ground. I mean, the way these guys are moving the ball against each other, obviously adjustments are going to be made, but I like that. I like faking the handoff. It's a little bit of a read option on that one. And depending on what the defensive end does, now Shelley is running a 4-down lineman set, which is great when you're running the read option, because if you can get to the outside of that 4, you have less men coming up trying to play contain.
2nd down and short. They're calling it a 2nd and 2. 6 minutes gone, 6 to go here in the first quarter. Buse in the gun. He's going to keep it off the fake to the running back, very close to a first down. I think he has it, at least from where we can see it up here.
I think you're right. And, Buse is going to have to take an ice bath after this, because my prediction, 45 touches all night long. I mean, the play runs through him, and they're going to go a bit with of the hurry-up offense here. But Buse is going to be doing some stuff. Now, again, with all of this and the effectiveness of running the ball, look for him to do that jab, fake dive, and to be able to throw the ball deep.
So they do end up giving the Hawks the first down, and they're going to run it left side this time on the sweep. Henry Downey, his first carry for the junior tonight, doesn't find a whole lot of room on the left side as the Russet defense, 11 hats to the ball that time.
So I do like this offense. It's a bit like the Air Force offense. I mean, obviously the same colors, right? Skyhawks.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Where they run the wing backs behind the tackles or just offset of both tackles. So essentially you have 4 people who can carry the ball, depending on the way they run the motion off of this. And they line up differently on this one.
Shotgun set. Buse is going to throw. Rolling to the near side. Pass caught at the 30 and slung to the turf. As making the catch is Dane Bowman, his first catch of the day. And it leaves a 3rd down and about 3, we'll call it, as they put it up on the scoreboard. 3rd down and 2 officially. Certainly 4-down territory down here, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and we talked how Shelley runs between the tackles, very north-south, and Skyview's doing it laterally right now.
They're going to go to Downey on this 3rd and short. Downey across the 25 picks up the first down. Hawks knocking on the door of the red zone now as we cross the 4-minute threshold of the first quarter.
Yeah, showing a little bit of the repertoire there. They can run it laterally. They ran it up inside on that one. And like we talked about, they have multiple people that can carry the football.
So 1st and 10 now, ball at the 25. Buse directing traffic, 2 receivers in the set. And low snap, Buse is able to pick it up. Bit of a broken play here as Buse just tries to get something out of it. And he only picks up about 1.5 yards. So that leaves 2nd down and 9 now. 3.5 to go in this first quarter that's just flying by.
Yeah, flying by. No incomplete passes. And when there are no incomplete passes, everybody stays in bounds. Clock ticks. So Buse on that one, I thought his knee may have been down when he took the snap. Good thing it wasn't. He was able to make positive yardage. Keep this drive alive.
2nd and 9 as Buse keeps it on the read option. To the near side, popped at the 20 and then dropped at the 16. So 3rd down and short coming up now as Buse picks up about 7. And there is a penalty marker, so we will check that out.
It's going to be a holding call. And unfortunately, they do not need that, as they're You know what? We don't know, though, right? I don't know if they have big play capability. I mean, I have no idea what's going on right now. Just basically because both of these offenses, I think, are showing us things. Now, I have not done a Skyview game nor a Shelley game all year. I'm going off of what I've read, what people have told me about them. But the Skyview offense does have big play capability. Buse shows off his arm. He does. We have the stats for him here, and he looks like on the season, you know, he has over 2,000 yards passing in 9 games, so he's not afraid. He throws for over 230 yards a game. So eventually they will throw the ball down the field.
2nd and long. They're going to try a sweep this time down the far side, making one man miss and getting down to the 25. Does Aiden Martinez on the carry as they try the fly sweep. It was Martinez, but still a 3rd and long coming up here for the Hawks. And will we see them go back to the air now?
Well, so a 3rd and long, right? But it was a 2nd and 20 something. And the truth is, man, 3rd and 11, you have a lot more plays in your playbook to get 3rd and 11 than you do 3rd and 22. So actually, I like the play call. You could see Martinez has some explosiveness, some great speed on the edge there, and we've seen that twice now.
Buse on 3rd and 11, rolling near side, throws this one out to the end zone. It's caught, touchdown Skyview. It was caught by Mason Cron, and the Hawks strike right back.
And that wasn't even, I mean, it was good defense. And Buse just threw it over the outstretched hands of the Shelley defender, and if he were 2 inches taller, he knocks that thing down. And Cron, going up on top of the ladder there, reaches over the top, is able to pick it up for the touchdown. I mean, it wasn't even a thing of beauty. It just was a thing.
23rd passing touchdown on the season for Buse as the extra point is up and good. We are all tied at 7 here in the state playoffs.
All tied up, and I'll tell you what, it's a good game, and I love it. I mean, we're scoring points, no incomplete passes. I mean, 2:11 left here in the first quarter, and both teams have showed some of their strengths. Obviously, Skyview's a little bit more diverse in terms of their offense and their abilities, but Shelley scored easily on that first drive. We could be in for a great game.
Yeah, this one has got a classic written all over it. 8-9 matchup here in the 4A bracket. Winner likely getting Hillcrest. We want to thank Gateway Park in Idaho Falls. They're bringing Mountain to town this winter season. Gateway Park is a new tubing hill in Idaho Falls, located right by Ryder Park on Sunnyside Road, close to the freeway. It snows every single day at Gateway Park. Great for families, kids, youth groups, everyone will have a fun time at Eastern Idaho's newest tubing adventure. Smith and Waite back deep to receive here for Shelley as the Hawks get set to kick this away. Kinsman, booming kick, is going to be caught right at the goal line. Shelley dropped it, but they're going to pick it up and still able to return this one. As here comes a flag down at the 15. And wasn't a huge return for Shelley, and they may be pushed back even further with the flag.
Yeah, we'll wait to see what it is, but it looks like it's probably going to be a hold or illegal use of hands or something there, as we saw the flag come out towards a Shelley returner, not the return man, but one of the Shelley players. Yeah, blocking the back, okay. So the return negated, right? But he was able to pick up a couple yards after having the ball hit the ground. So on this drive, obviously you have to respond to the response. But in order to do that, you know, Shelley's proven themselves. Now, it's going to be a thing of getting creative, right? I mean, really good teams execute, and every play is designed to score every time. But with Shelley, with the quarterback under center, you're going to have to start seeing maybe some more misdirections to keep the Skyview defense on their heels.
Split back formation to start things here, and they try on the right side to Bennett. Bennett, the ball carrier that time on first down, and he picks up just a few.
You know what I love about an offense like this is he picks up, 4 yards, and it was a great play.
Yeah.
Right? They're absolutely thrilled that he was able to do it. When he ran with his hand on the back of his blocker in front of him, picks up good yardage, and that's a positive play for Shelley.
So Egbert, the quarterback, back under center, 2nd down and 6 after the pickup of 4 on first down. They try the near side. And they get up to about the 19, and it's enough for a first down.
Yeah, they ran that misdirection from the far side, and they pulled the tackle on the guard, and they let up inside. There's a lot of beef coming up in there, but that was, like we talked about, maybe doing something a little bit different and pulling the offside guard and tackle to lead up the hole.
So first down and 10 now from the 20. As the Russets see this clock tick under a minute to play. And they're going to throw it. Trying to roll towards that far side, and this passing play turns into a running play, and they pick up about another 5 yards as Egbert just scampers down the right side, hops out of bounds. 45 seconds, clock moving here in the first quarter.
Yeah, clock moving, and they did what we talked about. They released that tight end. They had a big, tall guy come in, and I apologize, folks. That was Austin Cannon, who came in as a senior. And so they ran the fake handoff, the play action, and they sent him up the seam. They were looking for him deep. There was it was a one-man route, and he was covered. Quarterback had to tuck the ball and run.
Egbert battle under center with the split back formation. They tried straight up the middle and no gain that time. It's literally the Air Force offense. Air Force is going to be in Boise the day after Thanksgiving on Black Friday. It's same play.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, if you want to come see what it looks like, come to this game, guys. You can make the second half.
And that's going to do it for quarter number 1. We'll take a timeout here on Idaho Sports after IdahoSports.com right after this. 7-7 after 1.
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Funds are limited. Apply today at nextsteps.idaho.gov/launch. Idaho Launch. Support in every direction.
Make the memories of this game last a lifetime. By downloading the digital game file of this contest, you can have your own personal copy of this game forever. These make great gifts for the student athletes involved. Just click the Order Now button for more details.
Also want to thank Cox Honey Farms, proud supporter of Shelley Athletics. They've been a mainstay in the local community for over 70 years. Cox's creamed honey is second to none in flavor, purity, and quality. Cox Honey wishes the Russets the best of luck at state this year. So here we go at the second quarter of play. It's going to be a third down. Egbert rolling to the far side. Pass is caught in the flat. First down for the Russets again across the 40. And there they go across the 50 all the way down into Skyview territory.
That was a great play, and we talk about extended handoffs, and that's exactly what it was. He ran a quick drag route underneath, and they roll him to the right, and he's just an easy dump. I mean, it's kind of like a forward pitch handoff, showing good speed on the outside. And, again, some of the creativity, without having seen a ton of this offense, is showing up right now, and they're pulling out all the stops. This is probably something they do quite regularly, but they're showing great athleticism on the edges.
Bennett's on the reception, and they're going to keep this one straight up the middle. And only picking up about a yard, maybe a yard and a half for the Russets. As on the carry that time was Blackner.
So this offense is designed to do that. They're going to punch you in the mouth. They're going to break a couple. They're going to pick up 4 or 5 yards. It's all designed. They're okay. As long as they're not losing yards, they're okay with this. Because essentially what you're going to get is misdirection down the line and catch this Skyview defense on their heels.
Rolling near side now. Egbert pass caught and dropped at the 45. As they were trying to find the tight end there. That was Zach Topsper.
Yeah, it would have been a pickup of about 4 or 5. But there is a flag. It looks like it's going to be holding right around the 49-yard line. And this is going to be a tough dilemma. I mean,
yeah,
this is not a second and long team or a third and long team. But they're going to take the penalty.
I mean, if I'm Skyview, I'm going to push Shelley as far off schedule as I can. You know, this is an offense that they want to pick up 3-4 yards of play. And it is going to be holding. And it is against Shelley. They got number 52. That's Peyton Olson, the sophomore.
Yeah, but again, they line up with basically the same formation, split backs, 1 wide receiver, 2 tight ends.
They're going to throw it again. Under pressure, escaping one tackle, can't get out of another, and the Hawks get the first sack of the night as Egbert goes down.
Yeah, and you called it, Lucas. Push them out of their comfort zone, made them perform a play or attempt to do a play that's not necessarily in their wheelhouse, trying to release one of the tight ends deep through the seam. And Skyview stayed home but got pressure with that four-man front. They didn't even need to blitz on that play. And the Shelley quarterback looked downfield, and when he saw nothing was happening. Now, here's the scary part. I think if he would have broke one more tackle, he probably could have had some green space ahead of him.
3rd down and 20. They're going to try a counter, and here they come across the 50. Won't be anywhere close to a first down, but they do get all the way up to the 45, and they're just 5 yards short of a first down now.
Yeah, and they're going for it.
Yeah, Logan Smith on the carry, and it's 4th and 5 now.
Boy, that was a cool-looking play because they handed off twice, forward to the front and then to the back, coming across the way, and then was able to pick up good yardage, showed good elusiveness.
4th down and 5 now. 10 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Shelley is going to go for it.
Yeah, and this is a no-brainer. You've got to go for it. I mean, doing a punt here, kicking a punt is probably not going to do anything. You don't have a cannon for a leg. No man's land.
Egbert split back formation, single receiver to the near side. They're going to throw. Egbert to the near side, floats one back across his body. It's caught at the 35. First down, Russets.
Yeah, and that one hurt. I mean, he floated it. He was able to float the ball, and they were able to make it, and he threw back across his body. It looked like a design play. Now, 9 times out of 10, or actually we're going to say 99 times out of 100, you would tell your young quarterback, never, ever throw that football back across your body. But as a design play, and honestly, he posted up, the Shelley receiver posted up like he was a big man down low, Austin Cannon, and was able to make the grab for the first down.
1st and 10 now from the 35. Egbert to the far side. Egbert's going to pick up the first down, but here comes a flag as Egbert is racing into the red zone now, all the way down to the 10. This one likely coming back.
Yeah, they threw it right at number 52. There was good pressure up the middle by Skyview, and he took him to the ground. And he's not even arguing on that one. He knew what was coming, but unfortunately, it erases a big play. And you see Egbert's ability in open space, and I think that they're probably going to have to capitalize or utilize that as the time goes on throughout this game.
So we're just getting word now. Riker Williams at quarterback. That wasn't on our roster.
All right, Riker Williams, the Williams family, I apologize. So here's the crazy thing, and I've told you this before. If I would have gone to high school in Idaho, I ended up going to Utah, but I was born in Idaho Falls, but my family lived in Shelley, I would have been a Russet. I would have been playing for the Shelley Russets, so ended up not going.
So we are only as good as the rosters that they give us. So we'll make that correction, move forward. So here we go. Williams, he's going to give it off now to the left side as they try the left side, and there they go down the far sideline all the way to the 15, down inside the 10, as that was Braylor Bennett on the carry. 1st and goal, Russets.
Actually, I think it was brother Conley. I think that was number 11. I think it was number 11. Either way, it was one of the Bennett boys, right? So one of the Bennett boys showed incredible speed to the outside and tough to bring down. I am impressed. Once they get to the edge, they know how to handle themselves near the sideline, start and stop motions, picking up good yardage. Same play, comes around the far side. Again, one of the Bennett boys. That one being Conley.
And one of them's 10, the other one's 11.
Yeah.
And they're running, some people refer to it as a butt sniffer offense. Broadcasters refer to it as a extremely hard to read numbers offense.
Yes.
So we're doing the best we can up here. 2nd down and short now. 2nd and 3, 8.5 left to go. Williams now trying the right side, busting through the line. Touchdown, Shelley.
Oh, my gosh.
Wrecker Williams into the end zone, and the Russets back in front.
Yeah, they kind of made it look easy, right? They came up with a 4th down. They had some 3rd and longs, 2nd and longs, picked up good yardage along the way. No panic, right? No panic in this offense thing. All right, hey, we've got this. And the athletes doing what athletes do and finding seams and creases and moving the ball down the field. But I got to hand it to this offensive line and the play calling, right? They're keeping them on their heels. We talked about misdirection. Shelley offense and their offensive coach is doing a good job.
So now on for the point after. 8:09 left to play, opening quarter. Extra point is up and good. So 14-7. You know, here's the good thing when we get a text like that that says, hey, you guys are really messing this up. It means people are watching.
Hey, yo.
So there we go.
Absolutely. No, and this is a fun one to watch, and I really like the East versus West Idaho interstate games because it shows a little bit the difference in Idaho, right? You go in the 5A, the Treasure Valley, you have some of these teams, and you'll watch, and they have like TVs and tents, and they have injury tents, and you name it on the sidelines. Eastern Idaho, you don't see a lot of that. You see these kids that come out and they practice hard, and it shows up. I mean, Rigby, 2-time defending 5A state champion. Skyline was state champion from the Eastern Idaho from the other side of the state. So coming over to the West, this East-West matchup, good stuff.
So Shelley getting set to kick it away. We've had 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns combined between these two teams. 2 for the Russets, 1 for the Hawks. 8:09 to go, second quarter. Russets getting set to kick it away. End-over-end kick will sail into the end zone, so the Hawks will start at the 20. Hey, want to thank Fall River Propane, serving Eastern Idaho from Shelley and Firth to Island Park and Teton Valley. The highest quality, hottest burning propane at competitive prices. Their industry-trained and certified staff serves all makes and models of propane fireplaces and stoves. Fall River Propane is your full-service propane provider for homes and businesses. Check them out online, fallriverpropane.com, or call them anytime at 833-682-3671. Fall River Propane, experience the difference. So here we go, 1st and 10 now for the Hawks. Second possession of the day. Buse is going to keep it down this near side. Here comes a flag. And that's not what the Hawks are looking for on their first play to open this drive.
No, not at all. But you can see the design. I mean, they're putting this whole offense on Buse's shoulders and saying, hey, run the ball, throw the ball, get us down the field. He is surrounded with some good playmakers. We've seen good speed from the skill position players. But, as this game wears on, he's also on the kick return team. He's on the punt team. He's the starting defensive end. These guys are Iron Man. I'll tell you, right now, in their high, if he is a senior, this is the best shape he's ever going to be in his life. I'm telling you right now, your senior year, at the end of football season, going into the playoffs, he's at his peak.
So following the penalty, it'll be a 2nd and 20. Ball all the way back to the Hawks' own 10 as Buse is going to keep it on. They fake the jet sweep. Buse is going to get all the way up to the 16. Picks up about 5 or 6. Still work to do here on 2nd down.
Yeah, work to do, but they showed some explosiveness, and again, no panic, right? We're only in the second quarter. It's your second possession, which is nuts. This is 4 possessions.
I know.
It was 7:31 left in the second quarter. 4 possessions in this game, and 3 touchdowns.
Buse to throw here on 2nd and long. They set up a screen. It's going to be caught, and this could be a chunk play for Martinez as he's all the way up past the 25, down to the 27, maybe 28-yard line. And, boy, following the penalty now, this one also may be coming back as Skyview is walking it back.
I think they're going to get him for, like, an illegal pick play because what they did is they ran a man. They ran Martinez behind him, and he picked the guy off before the defender off before he was able to pick it up, before he was able to get past him. Good play call. I mean, executed properly. I think that doesn't get the penalty. And, yeah, they're saying send him backwards, so we'll see what the play is. But it did look like there was a pick play out there. But, again, good play call. And, yeah, there it is. Yep. Pass interference on the offense. I feel like I kind of know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, I know. At least we're getting some of the penalties right, So.
not the numbers, no. And the names, we're butchering them. But I'll tell you what, these penalties and the play call, we've got you.
That's right. So following the penalty now, it's going to be 2nd and forever again. They push them back inside their own 10 now. So 7:19 to go, second quarter. Russett's leading this one 14-7.
I think what they're discussing now is if he was far enough or if he was close enough to the line of scrimmage, because they tip in high school football, you do get some yardage to work with. 5 yards is what they deemed. So anything can happen. That contact can happen within that 5 yards. So they're going to go back and they're going to talk about this. Hey, where did it happen? Did he pick him off in between these yard markers? Because if they did, that's actually that's a legal play in high school football. College, you only get 2 yards.
As they discuss it right now, they have a 2nd and 22. up on the board. While they discuss it, we'll talk about this 4A bracket as well as, again, opening round of the high school state football playoffs. 16 schools make this 4A bracket. The number 1 seed is Hillcrest. Shelley, very, very familiar with them as both teams now coming to their respective sidelines while the officials figure this out. Let's actually go ahead and throw the bracket up on the screen. And so that's what we're working with right now. You can see it at the top of the screen, Skyview and Shelley, the 8-9 matchup. Winner of this game is going to play the winner of Hillcrest and Canyon Ridge. That game going on tonight over in Idaho Falls. I would suspect Hillcrest will likely win that game. You know, Hillcrest has been pretty good all year.
Yeah, I mean, they're decent.
Yeah.
Decently awesome.
And they just picked up the flag, so we'll get back to that momentarily. But you can see Bishop Kelly, the 2nd seed, down there at the bottom half of the bracket. But there you go. There's a quick picture of our 4A bracket. Again, this 8-9 matchup. Winner playing the winner, Hillcrest and Canyon Ridge. And they just picked up the flag, so now they're going to have to re-spot this thing. And Aiden Martinez is going to get credit for a catch.
Yeah, and that's, again, I think that's exactly what they were talking about was, did it happen, did the contact happen within a certain time, or excuse me, a certain distance from the line of scrimmage, and obviously it did, and I actually think that was a good call by the refs to wave the flag. I think they made the right call picking up the flag. That was a legitimate play, and I mean, I liked the looks of it. It looked really good. He actually hit him right as he passed, well, it was the pick man.
3rd down and 4. Buse keeps it right side. He didn't get there. He's about 1.5 yards short. And now decision time here for Skyview.
Yeah, they're going to go for it.
David Robinson, yeah. It's 4th and about 1 yard, maybe 1.5 yards. Skyview, no hesitation here. They will go for it.
Now, here's the kicker. No, that's not the right word. He actually is the punter also, so he can drop back and he can get his leg underneath it. He has pooched punted in the past. Woo, PPP.
Get your P's right.
That's right.
6:43 to go. This is a big play early here in the juncture of this one. They're going to go for it. Buse keeping on the right side. Buse into the 2nd level, and there he goes across midfield. A 1st down and a lot more all the way down to the 42.
Great play calling. They knew what they had. I mean, was there any question where the ball was going to go, and Buse just hung on to it. What you didn't see, or maybe you didn't recognize, was he got a killer block on the far side. His running back came up and just pulverized the Shelley defensive end, put him on his back. That was what sprung Buse for that big yardage gain.
6:15 to go now in the 2nd quarter, and the Hawks now operating in Shelley territory. Ball at the 42, 1st and 10. Buse, play action, steps back, throws this one down the far side, and has a man wide open, but he threw it too far and out of bounds.
Oh, he just had to put it in the middle of the field. I mean, he was wide open. If Buse had that over again, he was going to hit it. He would hit it. That route was a great route because they moved everything to this side, to the near side, and they leaked a back out on that far side. All he had to do was put it in 4 yards. I mean, he could have made his man stop, and he still would have caught it. He was that wide open.
It was Downey, Henry Downey, who was wide open down that far sideline. Would have been 6 had they connected. Instead, it's 2nd down and 10 from the Shelley 42.
Yeah, Downey faked like he was going to block as the back, and then he released up the far sideline. Look for that play again. It's Martinez, yeah.
They keep it on the ground. Martinez just a couple, and now it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 9.
And Martinez coming up a little gimpy there. He kind of got twisted as he got pulled down. And a lot of that happens when you're running laterally. Instead of getting tackled and wrapped up and pulled down, you know, you have body parts moving in different directions, east-west. Yeah, he's limping pretty hard there.
So now 3rd down and 9 for Skyview. Ball sitting on the 40. 5.5 to go. Play action. Buse steps up in the pocket. Has a bomb down the middle of the field, and it's dropped. Martinez had it in his hands and couldn't hold on.
Oh, he had a chance twice. He popped it up to himself. I thought he was going to grab it as he came down. Buse made the right read. I watched Martinez release right as that play happened, and he's hobbling. But, boy, he didn't even show any signs of limping when he took off down the field. And it's 4th down. And, again, no man's land. Same type of situation that Shelley found themselves on the last drive. And again, I say go for it. You have nothing to lose here.
4th down and 9. And Skyview will go for it. 5:20, second quarter. Buse in the gun. He'll throw. Buse steps up in the pocket, delivers a strike to the far side. It's a dropped again, but I don't think it would have been enough anyway for a first down.
Yeah, it was short. And, they tell you every single time as a receiver, you've got to run to the sticks. You got to run the distance to get the first down. You have to be aware of that. And on top of that, you got to make the catch. But I think you're right. I don't think he would have got it. But Buse showed off that big arm. He threw a dart in there, bounced right off of his shoulder pads and his face mask. Tough to bring that one in.
Meanwhile, for Skyview, Martinez came to the sideline with a little bit of a limp. He is not going to be in on this defensive series. And Shelley dodging a few Skyview punches on that defensive possession. Williams will throw on first down, has a man down the far side, and that's dropped as well. No one can hold on to the ball tonight.
Listen,
Ricks couldn't pull it in.
It's cold. But it's not that cold. I mean, I expect these guys to make the grab. Was a little bit behind him. It got him turned around. But he did the same thing that they did last time when Buse for Skyview, the back release out of the backfield, the whole play and the whole motion was to the near side of the field. And the Skyview defense lost him on the far sideline.
2nd and 10 now from the 40. But, yeah, just going back to that Skyview drive, 2 of those plays probably should have been touchdowns.
Should have, yeah. Yep, you're right. It's unfortunate, too, because with the way Shelley's been able to move the ball, you really can't afford to not score.
And they're going to do a keeper here with Williams as he runs back and up to the 45, all the way to the 46. Pickup of 6 on 2nd down, leaves 4 for 3rd.
Williams is a tough runner. He's not a big kid, but he is tough to bring down, keeps his feet really well. I mean, 3rd and 4, this is right in their wheelhouse.
3rd down and 4. Could be 4-down territory here for the Russets. Split back formation as they give left side. This is Brecker Williams, and he didn't get there. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage, and it's 4th down coming up for Shelley.
Big stop by Brody Fleshman, who came up. He shot the gap, and he was just waiting for him to pop outside. He was able to wrap him up. Good form tackle and stopped him. But again, 4th down, and Shelley showing no signs of wanting to punt this football. They are going to take a timeout, though.
So timeouts taken on the field. So 4th down and about 3. Take this chance to thank Gateway Park and Idaho Falls. They are bringing mountain to town this winter. Gateway Park is a new tubing hill in Idaho Falls, located right by Riker Park on Sunnyside Road, close to the freeway. It snows every day at Gateway Park. Great for families, kids, youth groups. Everyone will have fun times in eastern Idaho's newest tubing adventure.
So this game has a frantic pace. I mean, everything happens bang, 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 and we've seen that on both sides of the ball. I mean, quick handoffs, quick hits, quick hitters. There's not a lot of standing around. They know offensively and defensively what they want to do, and it's all about execution at this point, to the point where it's difficult to get in the flow of the game for both of these teams.
Yeah, you kind of get that feeling that both teams maybe still trying to get their footing a little bit. And as we creep sort of late into the first half, on 4th down, the pass is behind Brecker Williams, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. It was 4th down and 3. Shelley elected to go to the air, and the Williams can't connect to the other Williams, and they turn it over on downs.
Yeah, and that was a good play by Skyview. In fact, it was a game-saving play, if you ask me, because if they go up 2 touchdowns, the way they've been doing, the way they've been moving the ball, that would have been tough. But they were able to, quote-unquote, break serve on that one, and he was the only guy to break up that pass. Otherwise, he had free sailing all the way to the end zone. He was wide open on that far side.
1st and 10 now for the Hawks as they're going to give this one off on a sweep over to the right side. Downey, the carry, and he picks up just a few. So we started this game, it seemed like neither offense could be slowed down, and now back-to-back turnover on downs, a stop on 1st down there, and maybe some defenses settling in a little bit.
Yeah, if you're a football geek and you really appreciate good form football, that tackle was a thing of beauty on the far side. Went low, stood him up, and a guy finished him off from the top. Clean, good football.
2nd and 10, Buse to throw. Buse on the move, has his pass complete to Cron, and Cron has a first down. Gain of 12 on second down, and the Hawks have a first down.
Yeah, and that was the play they wanted the time before when Buse threw it to Cron and it popped right off of his face mask. This time he took a little bit off of it, but I do like moving Buse out of the pocket, creating a little bit of space for him. He seemed, again, good athlete, and you can see that. Got his feet underneath him, but it also allows him the ability to tuck the ball and run if he needs to.
1st and 10 now from the Shelley 35. Buse in the gun, Downey to his left. Martinez back in the game in motion. Buse has time as he rolls to the near side. Buse now in trouble and trying to drive his way forward back to the line of scrimmage. Just gets back to it. No gain for Buse.
Yeah, Buse took a hit that time, took 3 Shelley defenders, but it was the last guy in that after he'd been stood up that really put the pop on him. Buse, he was looking downfield, and it was everybody was covered, but the problem was his receivers kind of quit running after the play stopped. Typically, if as a receiver, you're supposed to come back to the football, and he didn't have anybody helping him out on that play.
2nd and 10. As Buse sends a man in motion to the far side. To Downey they go on 2nd and 10, and Downey picks up 4 to the 31. 3rd down and 5, we'll call it, coming up. 2.5 minutes left to go in this fast-moving first half. Just 43 minutes of actual clock has expired. 7:43 local time here from Nampa.
Yeah, I think I've seen about 40 ways to run a football tonight.
Yeah, no
I mean,
kidding.
different formations, same plays, and it's absolutely breathtaking at times.
Buse is going to keep it on the option. Buse all the way to the 25. He is very close to a first down. It will depend on the spot, and they're going to give it to him. I think that's a first down for Skyview as we're into 2 minutes to play in the first half. If Skyview could get this thing tied before the half, it'd be huge release momentum-wise for the Hawks. Skyview gets the ball first to begin things in the second half, by the way. We're going to try a touch pass to Martinez. And Martinez can only find a few yards on the sweep.
Yeah, and in regards to the last play, and we talked about it before, Buse is going to do the legwork of this offense for this offense. And getting him some clean running lanes is critical. But the thing that I like the most is the way they're doing it, and they're pulling offside tackles and leading up the holes, which is keeping his jersey a little bit cleaner and keeping him from taking as big a hits.
2nd and 9, Buse has time, delivers a strike over the middle and dropped again. This time, Cron couldn't pull it in. May have been just a touch out of his reach, but he did get a hand on the ball.
Buse has shown us, I mean, he has good stats on the year. We say he averages over 230 yards passing a game, and they just haven't needed to pass the ball. The run game has been very good tonight for Skyview, so it feels like maybe he hasn't found his touch just as of right now. But that does stop the clock, and that is like one of the 3 times that the clock has stopped in this first half.
Can count on one hand the amount of times it's stopped. 3rd and 9, $1:12 to go in the first half. Twins to the near side. Buse is going to keep. Buse inside the 20. Can't quite get to the 15, so it leaves a few yards to be desired. 4th down coming up. Under a minute left to play in the first half, and another decision needing to be made here from Skyview.
Yeah, if I'm coach, maybe think about taking a timeout here. I have 3 of them. And you can't carry him into the second half.
And that's exactly what head coach David Robinson is going to do here for Skyview. Thank Cox Honey Farms one more time. They're proud supporters of Shelley Athletics. They've been a mainstay in local community for over 70 years. Cox's creamed honey is second to none in flavor, purity, and quality. Cox's Honey wishes the Russets the best of luck here in the state playoffs.
Yeah, and hold on. Side note, Cox Honey is amazing. Yeah, I grew up on Cox Honey. I'm not going to lie. For being from Eastern Idaho, that's a staple for us over there. But getting back to this football game, look, 4th and short. And the way that this goes, Shelley does have 2 timeouts. I mean, you're going to go for it. I don't know what the kicking game looks like for Skyview, but you have to go for it. And the reason is this. If you get stuffed another time, say you give Shelley a chance to go down and score some points, as we talked about, it's going to be tough to overcome that clock churning, grinding offense. 2 touchdowns. You can't go down 2 touchdowns right now. I mean, is it possible? Absolutely. But if you're Coach Robinson for Skyview, you want to punch this thing in, and then it's like a 2-for-1, like in basketball. You get the ball coming out of the second half.
4th down and 2 coming out of the timeout. Buse to throw, rolling far side, throws this one in the flat. It's caught by Cron. First down inside the 10. Did it get out of bounds is the next question. Clock stopped at 40 seconds as they reset the chains.
Yeah, and it looks, I mean, he could have run that himself. He had a lot of space in front of him, but it elected to dump it off to Cron. Cron's been the leading receiver all year, over 800 yards receiving. Pretty sure-handed. Nice play call. Nice finish.
40 seconds. Clock stopped as Buse rolls near side. Buse to the flat. End zone. Touchdown, Martinez.
Boy, going for that fourth down pays dividends, especially when you're running things left and right. And you can see the playmakers now starting to make the plays. Buse doing it with his legs. Showed a lot of touch on that pass. But they ran that layered route, which was they had Cron running deep in the end zone, and then they were able to drag Martinez underneath. Cron took the defenders with him deep. He was wide open in the flat for the touchdown.
So Skyview an extra point away from tying things up here with just over 30 seconds to go in the first half. Extra point is up and good, and we are deadlocked at 14 here with just about a half minute to go in this opening half. So we'll recap things up to this point. Both teams scored on their first offensive possessions, a couple turnover on downs. Shelley another touchdown here, Skyview a touchdown there, and we're tied at 14.
Tied at 14.
It's been pretty even so far.
Yeah, and if I was telling you, I'm like, man, I just feel like I can't get going in this game because it's going so fast.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it is 7:47, and
we've been on the air for 58 minutes.
And we're heading into halftime. 1 minute left. This is unbelievable, and that happens when you don't throw a lot of incomplete passes. It happens when you grind with the run game. But in spite of all that, I will say I am impressed with the skill position players. I mean, the big guys up front are doing a lot. In fact, both of these teams, their offensive and defensive linemen go both ways, right? They tend to play both ways. In fact, the majority of these teams do. But the skill position players have really showed up tonight.
So Kinsman getting set to kick this one away. Kinsman, good leg on him. There's a flag all the way back from where Kinsman kicked it off. They're going to make him kick it again.
Yeah, it was an offsides. Got a little early start, and the camera wasn't able to catch that. So just trust us on that one.
So again, if you're in for some high school football this weekend, next weekend, whatever, we got all kinds of state playoff games on IdahoSports.com. Some video, some audio. We do video where we can. Able to do video tonight, thankful for that, but some of them will be audio, but hopefully you can settle down and join us for the next month and a half or so as we kick things off here in the state playoffs. 8-9 matchup in the 4A bracket here tonight. Shelley and Skyview. Winner likely gets Hillcrest next week. And this time Kinsman's kick is going to take a bounce at the 20, and it's going to go out of bounds. And with 34 seconds left, I know Shelley's kind of a run-first type of offense, but couldn't have asked for a better result there for Shelley.
Well, you could have. I mean, they could have returned it for a touchdown.
Sure.
I mean, hey, if I'm going to be, I'm that guy tonight on the air, right? But truthfully, I mean, look, you're probably going to see Shelley just take a knee here and go into halftime, trying not to cause any turnovers. In fact, they're going to actually make him kick it again. Smart move. Hey.
Yeah. Well, maybe
what could be better than that? Well, it's kicking it again and returning it. I saw this one time in the NFL, right? They kicked it out of bounds, illegal procedures, and it was Bill Belichick, and he kept making him kick it over and over again.
As only Belichick would.
Yeah, doing this, right? So it happened, I think, 3 times, and like, just take the ball. It actually ended up good. It was a good result for the Patriots. I think they got the ball at the 50-yard line off of a good return. So, if history plays out, Shelley has a chance on this.
So Kinsman started his first kick at the 40. Now his third kick will come from the 30. And this one's going to stay inbounds, and Shelley's going to get a chance to return this one with Waite. And Waite's trying to find the edge. Here comes another flag. Two flags now. 3 flags. One at the 25, one at the 35, and one at the 40.
Boy, the refs did not like how they played that kick return, and it was all for naught at this point because they're going to back him up because it's going to be illegal block in the back or a hold or something like that. And at the end of the day, after 3 kicks, a kick return, they're going to start their drive with 25 seconds left probably around the 20-yard line.
Yeah, 2 flags on this one, both on Shelley. A hold. And get the other one, and another hold. So take your pick on which one you want to accept. And after all that, Shelley, like you said, it's going to start right around the 20-yard line.
Yeah, it feels like, okay. Well, hey, you got to take the chance, right? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, that's right. Well, they will literally start on the 20.
Yeah, and they are, looks like they're lining up in victory. Well, you never know. Shelley lines up the same way every time, so, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they are going to take a knee, and that'll do it for the first half. All deadlocked at 14 as the two teams head to the locker room. Opening round of the 4A state playoffs. Back for more in the halftime show coming up after this. And the Idaho Launch halftime show, that is. Back for more after this.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
This is not what I asked for.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Give the gift of college savings this holiday season with Ideal, Idaho's 529 college savings program. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
I love it. Thank you.
College costs money.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. Thanks for being there when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs. Toyota. Let's go places.
I am Kevin, and I'm from Idaho Falls. It's important for the disabled to be vaccinated because of COVID. I chose to be vaccinated because I didn't want to be sick or in the hospital. Getting the vaccination, my experience was painless and worth it. It was a very wise choice.
Former regional champ and back in training.
That's commitment.
Ow!
Oh, tough start. This is not as easy as it used to be, folks.
And she's off, obviously pushing through some pain.
Every muscle is begging her to stop. How's she doing this?
I'm not even sure she knows.
Look at her go. And stop.
Come on.
And go again.
It's literally the home stretch. Whoa!
She made it. Feel the elation.
What fuels that kind of fire?
Idaho Sports Nation, Ideal, Idaho's education savings program, is a proud partner of IdahoSports.com and an ideal way to save for college. Did you know it only takes $25 to start an Ideal 529 savings account and you get tax benefits? There is no better time than today to start saving for college expenses for you or for a loved one. Information and a full disclosure statement, including risks, terms, and conditions, can be found online. Please read carefully before investing. idsaves.org. Go save for college and go Idaho student athletes.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text StartMyQuit to 36072.
Dear Detour, you asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Folks, I've got good news and bad news. Bad news? You just took that selfie with poison ivy. Good news, someone gets to use their coverage from Your Health Idaho. Quality coverage for as low as $0 a month.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Halftime here from Skyview, and we want to thank Idaho Launch, as this is the Idaho Launch halftime show. Did you know current Idaho high school seniors are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money? Apply today. Idaho Launch, support in every direction. Also want to thank our major broadcast partners tonight. They are Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valleywide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, your local Toyota dealer, and Your Health Idaho. And tonight it is Treasure Valley game night of the Idaho High School Football State Playoffs, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department and Ideal, Idaho's college saving program. So here at halftime, as we correct our score, it is 14-14. I don't know how it jumped on us there. So, but anyway, 14-14 as we sit here at halftime. Pretty even between these two teams. I think maybe we've seen a little more explosiveness from Skyview rather than Shelley, but hey, Shelley's getting the job done on the ground.
Yeah, so I just got handed over a stat sheet, and this is staggering. This is unbelievable. Both teams have run 20 plays. 146 yards on the ground for Shelley, 123 for Skyview. After you tally them all, that's the net gains, 146 to 123. Passing yards, 5 passing plays for Shelley and 10 passing plays for Skyview. There are 49 passing yards to the 70 passing yards. Total offense is 195 total yards for Shelley and 193 total yards for Skyview. And we're deadlocked at 14-14. Yeah. You couldn't get more even in this game. I mean, it's unbelievable how they're doing it. Now, Skyview does tend to air the ball out a little bit more, and they typically they have the offense designed to do that with the quarterback, and we've seen that. And they've been able to attack a little bit more vertically. But that being said, I mean, Shelley's right there. They've been able to hit some big plays. They've done it with creating space on the edges and getting the ball to the outside and then moving vertically once they're there. So both of these teams, I mean, incredibly 8-9 matchup. You could expect this, right? They go off of the Max Preps power rankings, and this is about what you're looking for. I mean, if you're looking at the big dance, you know, if you're going the NCAA tournament, that 8-9 matchup is phenomenal. And that's what we're seeing tonight, two very evenly matched teams. Yes, they do run their offenses a little bit differently, but at the end of the day, they want to run the ball. Both quarterbacks will run the ball. Shelley likes to get it to the run between the tackles, but then they also get it to space on the edge and go upfield. Skyview has been creative. They've done some underneath and some flat routes. They've been able to spring some in. They ran that pick route that was called a penalty, then not called a penalty, and they were able to throw for a touchdown over the top and extend their passing game vertically. Defensively, I mean, both teams came up with 2 stops, I guess, is what we're going to give them at this point. There was a turnover on downs, and, you know, at the end of the day, Shelley turned it over again. Well, actually, they only had 1 stop. Both teams had
a stop on downs.
On downs.
Yeah. But, I mean, really,
nothing.
I mean, I know, yeah. Yeah.
These defenses have not shown up, and at the same time have shown up because they've only given up 14 points.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's been, like you said, we kind of ran down some of the stats, a pretty even game, as you would expect from this 8-9 matchup. Let's go ahead. We'll throw the 4A bracket back up here while we have a chance, and we'll just run through it real quickly. All these games happening this weekend all across the state. At the top of the bracket, you have top-seeded Hillcrest hosting Canyon Ridge tonight. That game over in Idaho Falls. The winner of that game is going to get the winner of this one, and that game is going to be at Hillcrest next week. Then the 4-13 matchup is Twin Falls and Lakeland. So Magic Valley, the team from up north Lakeland, having to travel all the way down to the Magic Valley for that one. And then a rivalry game there at the 5-12 matchup with Skyline and Idaho Falls. Bishop Kelly hosting Burley tonight here in the Boise area. That's your 2-15 matchup. Your 7-10 matchup is Minico hosting Emmett. And your 3-14 matchup is Pocatello and Preston, two teams that are pretty close to each other geographically, at least there. And then finally at the bottom of the bracket, up in North Idaho, boy, did Bonneville have to travel a long ways for this one. They have to travel to Sandpoint here on, and that game also on Idaho Sports if you want to tune in and watch that one. So that's a little bit of a peek at that 4A bracket.
Yeah, we just got word that what was that matchup with Idaho Falls? IF was playing, where's the bracket? Skyline, and that was 49-0.
Yeah.
And that was late in the first half, and so probably about halftime right now. Yeah, these are interesting matchups, and one of the things you run into with a big geographic state like Idaho is we have 3 states. Every time I tell people I'm from Idaho and they have questions, I said you have East Idaho, you have North Idaho, and then you have Treasure Valley. You can kind of say even Southern Idaho, maybe 4 states with Twin Falls, but to travel and to get anywhere geographically, it's just a bugger.
Yeah,
you have mountains and you have, rivers and whatever to cross. Heck, it's probably quicker. It was probably quicker to go through Montana to get to Sandpoint for Bonneville.
That's probably how they got there. Yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of, especially this time of year, even like you think about it, like the long road trips this time of year is when East Idaho has to go to North Idaho.
Yeah.
Here's a benefit of being a Boise school, maybe a disadvantage, because you go on the road, it's a long road trip either way.
Either way.
But it's not quite as long if you have to go either direction. I guess it's still 6 hours up to the Coeur d'Alene area still, but
it's 8.
It's
8 from here. Yeah, I've driven it multiple times. Here's what I will say. I am impressed with the quality of football all over the state. They've done a really good job of building these programs. I mean, Coeur d'Alene in 5A hit a couple state championships a little while ago. Eastern Idaho really showed up Rigby both times. We just got word Rigby's up 28-0 over Middleton, who had a fantastic year here in the Treasure Valley at the 5A level. By the way, Rigby getting hot at the right time. Yeah, Luke Flowers really starting to come into his own. They played a couple powerhouses from Utah. I mean, when I say powerhouses, like top 5 teams in the state. And really showed, maybe a little bit of the discrepancy, just basically size. We'll call it size-wise. But Rigby learned a lot from that and now is powering through. And then also, at the 4A level, the Treasure Valley, the SIC 4A tends to be a little weaker outside of, this team, Skyview, and then you have Bishop Kelly and Emmett that really show up. But outside of that, you go over to Eastern Idaho, and that's where you start seeing your power play. Pocatello, Shelley's quality, Hillcrest, Skyline. I mean, all those teams. Blackfoot had a really down year, but then middle of the state, you have Minico. Those all mean you have to travel, right? Yeah. Theoretically here in the Treasure Valley, most of these teams can stick around. You don't have to travel too far until it comes time for state. And then you have to jump on a bus and go somewhere.
Sure. And I'm looking at the 5A bracket right now. So the 5A, if you're a top 4 seed in 5A, you get a first-round bye. So those first-round byes are Highland, Meridian, Eagle, Coeur d'Alene. Boise and Owyhee, yes, if you haven't been paying attention to 5A football, Boise is in the state playoffs this year.
And they're 7-2, folks.
Yeah. They're playing Owyhee over at Donna Larson tonight. The winner of that game is going to have to travel to Pocatello next week. I don't think either of those teams have left the Valley the whole year.
They have not. No. I lied. Owyhee went and played Madison.
Okay, sure. But that was week 1.
Yep, that was week 1, and they haven't left since. By the way, just got an update from a friend at the BK Burley game, 34-6. The defense has scored 2 touchdowns for BK.
Not a shocker.
Halftime, no. But I think, you know what, talk about disappointing year. I would say Burley this has been a very disappointing year, especially with Gatlin Bear. I mean, he had that shoulder injury, kept him out a couple of games. Not the senior year he probably wanted, they expected. Yeah. But, the scouting breakdown from the BK side was Bishop Kelly, for all those who are listening to this on the other side of the state, was that really good skill players, big, strong, athletic guys, obviously with the Bear kid and multiple other players. But, they struggled in the trenches this year and just probably not the year that they thought they were going to have. Now, the flip side is you look at the Hillcrests, you look at Skylines, both of those two teams have really showed up, and Pocatello's a tough out. I mean, I'd hate to play Pocatello in the playoffs this year. I mean, based off of their body of work, having beat some good teams. Again, just recently beating the Shelley team. But Shelley hasn't lost anything by much. I mean, they've been in a lot of the games right up until the end. And Shelley definitely brings it. And they're a tough out. Skyview seeing this firsthand, playing over here in the SIC on the western side of the state. A little bit different mentality here with this Shelley team.
Yeah, when these brackets first came out, and I know that 4A does the max prep seeding, and it's the seeding is generated by the computer essentially. I was shocked that Bishop Kelly was not the number 1 seed.
Yeah, and they go off the strength of schedule, and we talked about this. And the reason the Hillcrest is because number one, they've played 5A teams and good 5A teams, and the 4A teams over there are good 4A teams. BK has stayed in the Valley, and they've been able to kind of sleepwalk. They did have a little bit of a scare versus Emmett, but outside of that, I mean, they haven't played anybody that. When they beat Skyview last week, BK beat Skyview. That's what bumped them up to get to the 2nd seed. Outside, if they wouldn't have beat Skyview, let's just say it would have been whatever. They would have been down, or they hadn't played Skyview, they played another team. They would have been probably the 4th seed based off of max preps, and that's based off the strength of schedule.
Yeah, so I mean, you go try to figure it out at home if you want, but it's computer that figures all this out. That being said, you and I talked off air. You actually think that Bishop Kelly, quote unquote, might have the easier path. Again, it's a lot of good teams in 4A this year, but maybe a little easier way to a championship maybe on that bottom half of the bracket.
Yeah, and the reason I say that is because, BK wins, so Bishop Kelly wins, and then they're going to get Emmett or Minico. They stay, obviously BK is going to stay home until the semifinals, or probably till the state championship, I lied, and then that's going to be played. Now, here's the problem, here's what goes in. In 5A, if any Eastern Idaho team is in the 5A state championship, it's over at Holt.
Yeah.
They'll play at Holt Arena. But if it's 2 SIC schools, it's two teams from the Treasure Valley, from the Boise area, it's going to be here. That's not the case. It's going to be in Eastern Idaho this year. No, I lied. I think it's going to be over here. No, it's in North Idaho. I lied. 4A. So BK is going to have to avoid that long trip. Let's see who they – yeah, so between Sandpoint, but they do have to play Pocatello, right? Like, that's the tough out. But outside of that, I think that BK may have a little bit easier route to the state championship.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it's every team playing week 1, unlike 5A as we get set for the second half. But, yeah, not everyone plays in the opening round in 5A. Like we said, those top 4 teams all receiving byes. So Highland, Meridian, Eagle, Coeur d'Alene all sitting out this week. So that's really kind of the one. That's the difference between a 12-team bracket and a 16-team bracket.
16-team bracket, yeah. And which is better? I don't know. I think you put a lot of strain on these kids to go a 16-team bracket, but that's just my opinion.
So here we go with the second half. Off we go as Shelley kicking this one all the way down to the 10, where Skyview is going to return it. So Skyview starting with the football here in the second half. They bring it up to the 30, where the Hawks will begin their first drive of this second half. 14 all as we get going here. 24 minutes left before one of these teams is on to the state quarterfinals.
State quarterfinals. And so for the second half, much like the first, I think you're going to see a lot of the same. You're going to see Buse out there running the ball. I think they're going to keep it in his hands as much as possible. But look for a little bit more vertical passing game as they're able to leak some of these backs or these slot receivers deep upfield along with Martinez split out wide.
They're going to try and end around here towards that near side. Cron on the carry, and Cron couldn't find much more than about a yard or two, maybe got 3. As they try to find the edge. And Skyview's tried that a couple times in that first half. They tried again on this first play in the second half. trying to beat Shelley to the edge as they think that maybe they have a little more speed than Shelley.
Yeah, speed. Shelley's shown good speed laterally. Not very big at all in the defensive line up front, but they really shoot gaps and use their quickness to make plays.
Buse in the gun, play action. Clean pocket, delivers over the middle, pass caught Martinez across the 50, down to the 45, and finally brought down at the 42. So Skyview, rather, an explosive play. Buse, meanwhile, slow to get up. He's still on the ground back at the 28, and now hops up and jogs back over to the huddle. So maybe something to keep an eye on as we go through this third quarter.
Yeah, Buse limping. But I like that play call. Again, they do the layer where they run it to the one side. They eliminate half the field and allow Buse to read which of those two receivers is going to be open. The deep route or is it the underneath route, the shallower route, and he was able to hit Martinez. Martinez, we talked about it before, good speed. He's able to push that ball upfield.
1st and 10 now. They're across the 45 down to the 43. Buse in the gun, gives to Downey. Left side, Downey up to the 40, picking up 3 as they try the left side. A minute and a half gone here in this third quarter.
So running a power running game out of the spread formation is tough to do because you just don't have a lot of blockers up there. And Shelley is committed to that 4-man front, and those linebackers are stepping up in the hole and making it difficult to run between the tackles on a traditional handoff or traditional running play.
2nd and 8, and here comes a flag before we could get going, and they're signaling it's against Shelley. Encroachment against the Russets, so free 5 yards here for the Hawks.
Good hard count. You'll see that more often. When you don't have a quarterback under center, they have to pick and choose their timing of when they're going to use a hard count.
Turns it into a 2nd and 3. As they roll twins out to the left, single receiver, bottom of your screen. Play action for Buse. Buse, clean pocket, throws this one down the far side, and it's incomplete, but here comes a flag.
Yeah, that was probably not the right call. I don't think that the referee's going to call it because he just didn't see it. He thought that the guy came through him, and there really wasn't much contact there. But if they call PI, they call PI. But it was clean coverage.
Well, they are discussing it over there on the far side. And we'll see what they decide. They're going to pick it up.
Yeah. That's the right call. The box up here does not like that. They probably don't like me saying it either, but it was the right call, and I have no dog in this fight. So as terms of football is concerned, I think that was probably the right call.
So it's going to turn it into a 3rd and 3 now. Probably looking at 4 downs here for Skyview. Opening possession of this second half, opening round of the 4A state playoffs. They go to the ground with Downey. As Downey works between the tackles, has enough for the first down. Not by a whole lot, but it's just enough to move the chains.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Keep those chains moving, keep the legs going, and that drive going. I mean, they would have gone for it on 4th down anyway, and nobody's shown any ability to have a tackle for loss at this point. So they're probably going to measure this thing. I just give it to them because next play they're going to get a first down anyway. But stops the clock, extends the game a little bit.
We would have been late in the third quarter if we were in the first half by now. Instead, it's just 9:45 left to go.
Man, is this thing dragging on or what?
Yeah. Right. And they are going to bring the chains out. Difference between a first down and a 4th and what would probably be a very short.
Yeah, you have the binoculars here. I'm going to use my bare eyes, and I'm going to say he has it. By mile.
He had it from up here. He has it by about almost a full yard.
Yeah. Yeah, so first, and again, that opens up a lot at this point, too. Like we talked about, and we've seen him throw the ball, open up a little bit more of the offense in the playbook. I expect to see Martinez coming down the field. The one thing that Shelley has picked up on is that backdoor running back route where he's trying to swing out on the backside of the play. Both teams have done it tonight.
Buse to throw on first down, throws this one in the flat. Downey caught, can't quite get to the 30, dropped at the 32. Short gain on the completion. 2nd down and 9 coming up.
Great form tackle by number 14 for Shelley. He got low on that one and just took him out as a clean hit. That was Dallin Hurd, and was able to bring him down for a very short gain. But you can see kind of the flow of the Skyview offense now. They're able to roll the quarterback, Buse, to both sides. He's a threat to run if he wants to, but they're eliminating half the field and allowing him to just read half of it and then push the ball. I expect something down and up here pretty quick.
Buse to throw on 2nd down, floats one far side. Pass is
incomplete. Yeah, he had him too, you know. And Crom just had. If Buse would have put that on a little bit less arch on that, a little bit less arc, he would have been able to maybe slide it in there. But he had him open. The defensive back was late to recover on that one, was able to get his hands in there. But I think he was already out of bounds when he was catching it.
Was trying to find Cron. 3rd and 10 now. Under 9 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. 3rd and long for Skyview. Buse now looking to the sideline. They're running out of time on the play clock. Buse
we'll start counting off here pretty quick.
Play action. Buse now under pressure. And he's going to go down. Maybe picked up about a half yard, if anything. But either way, 4th down and at least 10 coming up for Skyview.
Yeah, they ran the deep routes, and I like that. The problem was the receiver didn't pin the defensive back on his hips. And so Shelley ran a kind of a 2-deep cover 2 there where they dropped both her safeties in that. They actually anticipated a throw, which, I mean, compared to the rest of this offense, they hadn't done much of that. So Shelley called the right defense at the right time.
Skyview going to go for it. 4th down and 11 is where they mark them down. To the top of your screen is Cron. To the bottom of your screen is Dane Bowman. Twins out to the right side. Rolling to the far side. Floating one down the far side. The pass is incomplete. They were looking for Cron, and the Shelley defense holds once again on downs.
Wow, and just the play call, I mean, they put their best receiver up against a mismatch, a size mismatch, and tried to let Cron go after it. I mean, sometimes you have to do that, let your boys play some ball. And Buse threw the ball, put good loft on it, gave his man a chance to catch it, just wasn't able to come down with it. Now, for Shelley, on Shelley's part, they're running straight man coverage across the top. They'll drop those deep safeties, but there was no safety help on that. I think they were more concerned about Buse and his legs than they were getting beat deep, and they trusted their defensive backs, and he ran stride for stride with him.
So now Shelley, their first possession of the second half, coming at the 35. They try the left side with Colony Bennett, and Bennett picks up 3 yards on that first down as they try the right side.
Again, a lot of misdirection stuff coming from both sides, and you're going to see more of it. So Shelley with 7:42 left here in the 3rd quarter. You can see Shelley getting back to their game over and over. They're going to hit you with some runs from different angles. I wouldn't be surprised to see him take a shot at some point because there's no deep safety help. Everybody's around the line of scrimmage.
They try it up the middle. And this time just picking up about 3-4 yards with weight. And it's going to leave a 3rd down. 3rd down and 3, maybe 4. 7 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
You know, I checked that. I was watching the defense on that side. And as soon as they see that it's a run, in order to prevent any kind of play action deep ball, if there's no receiver releasing, that far corner drops deep and plays that middle of the field. He is right now.
3rd and 3. Toss. Trying to find the corner on the right side with Waite. Waite has a first down up to the 50. And the Russets move the chains on 3rd and short. Under 7 minutes to play 3rd quarter. You get the feeling as long as this game is tied or the Russets lead, Shelley's just in their comfort zone.
Yeah, just gonna hand the ball off, pitch the ball, run the ball. Waite, he's an explosive guy out there, and you can see him moving his feet. And he does a lot of stuff to make people miss. I mean, his body's moving all over the place.
1st and 10, right side now, up to the 45, pickup of 5.
That was power football.
Yeah.
I mean, that was all that was. He put his hand on his man's back and he rode it. And he got a lead block up on that far, we'll call it the 6 hole because he went wide, maybe the 4 hole. and his linemen just blowing people off the ball.
2nd down and 5, halfway through this third quarter now as we approach the 6-minute mark. Riker Williams under center and split backs. Play action. Williams down the near side. Pass is intercepted. It's picked off by Aiden Martinez. Here he comes down the near side. The Hawks, the first turnover that's not on downs of the night, going to Skyview.
Wow, absolute dime to the defender. I mean, he threw it right in Aiden Martinez's hands. And the thing, and I thought that was going to happen, but hats off. My hat's off to the Skyview defense. They stayed home and they played sound defense, meaning if that guy releases, you cannot let him go by you. And Aiden Martinez, his responsibility is to watch anything that releases deep, because that's how Shelley will hit you. Boy, and he was just running, and Williams threw the ball, and it hit him. I mean, Martinez turned around and it fell right in his lap.
Yeah. Yeah, that one landed right on the number 1 of Martinez. And Skyview, like we said, the first turnover, that's not a turnover on downs of the night. Can the Hawks cash in? Martinez on first down on the jet sweep, down to the 47.
One thing I'll say about Shelley, they're not afraid to hit. Man, they are laying some wood tonight. And you can hear the pads popping even through my headset. I can hear those guys hitting. Good pursuit from the backside. Again, that jet sweep is such a staple of the Skyview offense. And Shelley showing good pursuit from the backside.
2nd and 7 from the 47. Martinez in motion. They go on the ground instead to Downey, and Downey is up to the 50. And a 3rd down and, say, 4, we'll say, as we approach the 5-minute mark. 3rd and 4, ball right in the middle of the S.
Yeah, we're in the 40s here tonight, temperature-wise. Pads are popping, and these boys are playing football. It's been impressive, the physicality they've maintained through this whole game. And a lot of these guys, like I said, are going both ways.
3rd down and 4. Twins up to the far side. Downey standing to Buse's right. 4.5 to play third quarter as Downey resets from right to left now. Skyview trying to get some communication in from the sideline. They now rotate their tight end over from the right to the left. Buse on the read option keeps. Short of the first down. He's close, though. It's 4th and very short coming up.
Buse took another hit. Boy, he's been getting hit all night. Like I said, Shelley not afraid to bring it. I think they're going to, 4th down, they're going to mark him short.
4th down and not a lot. Skyview, the offense, still out on the field. The Shelley defense held on 4th down the last time, but this one is a lot shorter.
Feels a little bit different, yeah. What they are going to do, though, they're going to line up with they're going to stick with that 4-man front, but they're going to bring their linebacker, line up in the spread.
Here we go, 4th down. Buse straight ahead. Did he get it? It's close. Shelley thinks they stopped him. We're waiting for a signal. The Skyview offense initially looked back like they might be walking towards the sideline. No signal from the officials, and now we get one.
Wow.
And the Shelley defense is held.
Unbelievable. That was by inches. I mean, mere inches to do that. I thought Buse was just going to lean into that when he took that. Hats off to the Shelley defenders. Got good penetration. We were able to knock his feet out from underneath him as he was leaning forward. And turnover on downs, right? 2 turnovers and two different ways, and Shelley's back on offense.
Back-to-back 4th down stops for the Shelley defense. And this one going backwards.
Yeah, great penetration by Skyview. Finally leaning into that, knowing that, hey, it's going to be misdirection. The best way to stop misdirection is to get penetration in the backfield. I don't care if you shoot gaps. That's what they're able to do at this point.
There's Blackner on the carry. Leon Hensley, the stop for Skyview. Approaching the 3-minute mark, quarter number 3. Late stages, third quarter, tied at 14. And they try the right side this time. Took me a minute to figure out who had the ball.
It's that double handoff. So they hand off, and they come to the left, and then they turn around, and then the Shelley wingback is going to get penalized for unsportsmanlike conduct here. He was talking trash or something. It was number 18. Quarterback grabs him and says, hey, you can't do that. Knock it off. Chase Ricks is going to get the penalty, the junior.
Yeah, that was who had the carry as well. So Again, a late flag, ball sitting at the 50. Now, this is after the play, too, right? So this is going to be turning a 3rd and 6 into a 3rd and 21.
Delay of game, okay. So he must have flicked the ball or did something with the ball.
Well, still, it's...
Yeah, I mean, then you end up at a 3rd and 10, you know. And
right.
And Shelley not designed for a lot of 3rd and 10s. I mean, that's a tough play call for him. You got to be creative here. Personally, I think you have 2 downs. I mean, you've shown defensively you made some adjustments at halftime. I think this is 2-down ball, so 3rd and 11.
3rd down, 11. Williams will throw under pressure. Williams lost the ball. It's loose at the 38. And the Hawks, did they recover? We'll wait for a signal. It looked initially like they did, and now they're going to say it's an incomplete pass. Wow.
A little bit of the old Tom Brady tuck rule there.
Yep.
Dating myself. I don't even know if you were born. I'm kidding.
Oh, I was born.
I'm kidding, man. I'm not that old. I'm not that old. No, but you bring up a good point, which is now you have 4th and 11, and I mean, I don't know what their punting game looks like because we haven't seen anything tonight, but this is punt territory for Shelley, and they are lined up in the punt formation.
This is the first punt for Shelley. It might be for either team. I'm trying to remember the night.
Yes, it is.
And Bowman calls for a fair catch with the 25. So the first punt of the night comes at the 2:37 mark of the 3rd quarter. And we are tied at 14.
Boy, what happened to our shootout, you know?
Yeah,
I mean,
no
both
kidding.
of these teams, big-time adjustments on the defense. And for Skyview, they're now playing more disciplined defense. They're shooting gaps and trying to get penetration. For Shelley, they're staying in the run lanes and really shutting down the run and playing man coverage on the backside with the deep safety help.
1st and 10 now from the 25 following the Shelley punt. Buse, play action. Under pressure, he's going to run. Coming to the near side and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much at all, possibly a half yard. Buse still on the grass, and now he picks himself up.
You know, a lot of confidence in the Shelley defense. They're running man coverage, and Martinez showed that he can flat out fly. And they're just releasing him to the next level, knowing they're probably going to run those deep routes, those seam routes. That's good. I mean, that's watching a lot of film on this team and knowing what they run.
Yeah, we just got a sideline warning from Shelley, so no penalty yardage there. Just a don't do that again warning.
Yeah, no harm, no foul on that. People getting excited. They want to see what's going on. It's a good football game.
2nd down and 10. Buse to throw. Buse over the middle. Pass dropped by Martinez. And here comes another late flag from that far sideline. Remember, we just had a sideline warning from Shelley.
They're going to call a holding on number 62, it looks like. I hate it. I hate the disruption of the game. I mean, if it's a bad penalty, obviously you've got to call it. But sometimes I say just let them play.
Yeah, and
they declined it?
They declined it.
Wow. Boy, like I said, a lot of confidence in the Shelley defense and these defenders. And if you look across the board, they're running man-to-man, releasing to the next level. Here's the crazy thing. For an undersized defensive line, this Shelley defensive line has held up well. And not only well, but they're able to absorb some of those blocks, and those linebackers are flying all over, making a ton of plays.
So 3rd and 10 after declining the holding penalty. And Buse coming to the near side. He's under pressure, and Buse is going to go down at the 21.
Yeah, and it paid off. I mean, absolutely paid off. Look at Coach. Now you're in 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back here, and they did it again with man coverage, 4-man rush. They're able to get to him, flush him out of the pocket. Some of that pursuit coming from the backside. But so I was watching the near side receiver, and he ran and he stopped, and then he looks at him like, throw me the ball, throw me the ball. And the Shelley defender was baiting him to throw the ball. Good job on Buse for not throwing that football. That would have been a pick six going the other direction.
As Luke Ray got in there for the sack for Shelley. Now, just moments after we had the first punt for Shelley of the night, Skyview lined up to punt the ball away for the first time tonight for the Hawks. With penetration up front, but getting the punt cleanly away, back to the 40. And now here comes Ricks as he goes down the far side, crosses the 50, down to the 46. It just sort of seems like as soon as one team does something, the other team does the exact same thing, whether it's a turnover on downs or a punt or a touchdown. You know, we went over the stats at halftime. Those were nearly identical. It's
8-9 matchup, and they're in lockstep with each other. I mean, this game has been played. I mean, this third quarter, just 1:10 left in the third, has been played between the 40s. I mean, they have really not moved the ball. I'll call it the 30s.
There's Williams as he gives off to Blackner. Trying to push the right side. He picks up 3, and this third quarter has been played between, well, how about the 35s?
35s, yeah, we'll go with the 35s. That sounds better. And nobody's willing to give, and that's great coaching. And the defensive sides of the ball, both of them stood up because, 2 out of the 3 drives in the first half, they scored. Both teams scored, and those adjustments have been made. And I get that maybe some of the, it gets a little colder as the night moves on and the defense sees it more. But great play calling.
2nd and 8, and stumbling his way into the second wave of defenders, picking up a first down. As soon as I can get a number, I'll tell you who it was. But either way, it's a first down.
That was
for
number 18,
Shelley.
yeah.
Yeah, 18, that was Ricks.
Yeah, Ricks has done a good job, too. We talked about him getting to the outside, and he's shown the ability to kind of dance around, pop an open seam, and then go for it. If he would have kept his feet, that was a touchdown all the way. Just stumbling to his demise. Same play.
Yeah, this one not going to get nearly as much, going backwards, in fact, as Ricks. It looked like Shelley just couldn't quite get the push they wanted up front, and Skyview got good penetration.
Yeah, I'm going to go with, I think they got the wrong play call because Coach came out on the field and he was livid. Looked like he didn't like that play call, and maybe there was something else that he wanted. But as is, takes us to the end of the quarter.
Yeah, end of 3, and it was a third quarter that was a stalemate. Played between the 35s. Both these teams locking eyes as we head to the 4th. Tied at 14 on IdahoSports.com. Back here for the 4th and final quarter. I want to thank Cox Honey Farms one more time. Proud supporters of Shelley Athletics. They've been a mainstay in the community for over 70 years. Cox's creamed honey is second to none in flavor, purity, and quality. Cox's Honey wishes the Russets the best of luck at state this year. Also want to thank Gateway Park in Idaho Falls, bringing mountain to town this winter season. Gateway Parks is a new tubing hill in Idaho Falls, located right by Riker Park on Sunnyside Road, close to the freeway. Snows every day at Gateway Park. Great for families, kids, youth groups. Everyone will have a fun time at Eastern Idaho's newest tubing adventure.
So good run on that side. They just did the kind of the sweep to the far side. That was number 9. I should know all these names right now. Chance Waite was able to pick up, call it 8 yards on that play. And he did it, again, behind that offensive line. And they just pulled the far side, well, they pulled the near side, blocked to the far side. Followed his lead blockers up there. Third and very manageable at this point.
3rd down and 3. 30 seconds into this 4th and final quarter. Starting to get late here from Shelley. Right side and a first down. It was a step away from breaking. as they get the first down with Brecker Williams.
Yeah, Brecker Williams, and you knew it too. He pounded on the ground and thought, oh, man, give me one more step. He just got tripped up at the end. But, again, that same look where they're putting both hands on the ball. Ball security outside of the interception. Ball security has been great for Shelley.
Back under center. Williams, the quarterback, trying right side this time, and this one not going anywhere. Brecker Williams, the running back, on the carry.
Yeah, same thing. They're poking and prodding that defense, seeing if they can find any kind of weakness to break something here.
Second down and 10. No gain on that play. And believe it or not, we have a team in the red zone now. Shelley is in the red zone.
Whoa. Well, hey, we'll call that progress, as they say in Canada.
Again, back to the split back formation. Toss, left side, trying to find the edge, and they get up near the first down as they toss it to Waite. And Waite is inside the 10, close to the first down. We'll wait for the official signal.
Yeah, they're going to be just short, so it's going to be 3rd and 1. But Waite showing good speed there. I talk about people running to spots and running really hard to spots. That play was designed to get to the edge. So instead of reading the blocks, he just knew to run to the edge, and that's where he got, and he followed his team to the far side. But he did it with a ton of speed.
3rd and 1. They're just going to push this one straight ahead with Riker Williams. Williams is still on his feet near the goal line. A first down inside the 5. And the Rutsits have a 1st and goal coming up.
Wow, good push by that offensive line, and we'll call it push by everybody else too. You see that a lot nowadays. They don't really, there's aiding the runner really doesn't kind of exist. Nobody's going to call it at that point. They let the rugby scrum play out, but kept his feet really well.
1st and goal from the 3. Same play, Riker Williams. This time, not quite as much.
Significantly less. So here's the thing. You got to beat that by submarining some of those offensive linemen and letting that pile fall over, and that's what they did. You go low. That's a battle of pad level at that point.
2nd and goal from the 2. Split back formation. Waite to the right. Williams to the left. They try right side, and hitting a wall is Williams, driven backwards. Or that was Bennett, rather. Colony Bennett. Mason Cron was there to make the stop. 3rd and goal coming up.
Stonewalled him. He looked like he was going to go into the end zone, and Cron came up from that linebacker position, got lower than him, and just stood him right up, didn't allow him to fall forward.
Waite to the right, Colony to the left here in this split back formation. They go to Waite. Left side, looking for the corner. Here comes a flag. It's a touchdown for now.
Well, that's going to be a hold. Boy, you run that risk every time you go laterally, and those linemen, those defensive linemen or those defenders are running away from you. Offensive linemen have a tendency to get their hands and hold on to them. Boy, that's tough, too. I mean, I probably would have tried my hand between the tackles. A lot less opportunity for those holding calls.
They do get Conley Bennett on the hold. And now Shelley being pushed back into a much, much tougher 3rd down situation. It's 3rd and goal now from the 12, maybe the 13.
Yeah, more of the same, right? Run the same play. Yeah. Shelley's not going to deviate. They're going to do what they're going to do, much like the service academies. One of the smaller 4A schools is going to play. They have to execute in order to compete.
Williams on the rollout. Williams delivers near side. Pass is incomplete. He had to go to the grass to try to scoop it up. It was Ricks who was trying to haul it in, and they say incomplete. 4th down and goal now from the 12.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, it looked tough from here. I didn't see it completely, so I can't say if it was a catch or not. The official was right there and called it an incomplete pass. But it does bring up a really difficult situation, and I think they're going to go ahead and try and – I have no idea what they're going to do. I don't know what Shelley does in this situation. I mean, if you're a Waihe, you have a kicker. If you're Mountain View, you have a kicker. You know, if you're Skyview, you have a kicker. I don't know what Shelley has. Well, looks like they have a kicker.
They're going to try a field goal. It's Luke Pasco, the senior. Call it a 27-yard attempt. Left hash on the way. It is no good.
No good.
He pushed it.
So we're back where we started, right? I mean, they penetrated all the way to the 2-yard line. Penalty knocks them back. Field goal attempt. Skyview with the ball again. See what they have on offense this time.
Just an absolute stalemate so far here in the second half. Fall River Propane serves eastern Idaho from Shelley and Firth to Island Park and Teton Valley with the highest quality, hottest burning propane at competitive prices. Their industry-trained and certified staff makes all the models of propane and fireplaces and stoves. Fall River Propane, visit them online at fallriverpropane.com or their number 833-682-3671. Fall River Propane, experience the difference.
Buse took that ball on the right side. That was like the longest developing run I've ever seen. They just kept shuffling to the right, and he had his hand on his lead blocker's back to only pick up 2 yards.
Just 7.5 minutes remain in this one. Buse to throw. They're setting up a screen. Have it complete to Downey. Downey to the near side across the 30, down to the 31, a Skyview first down.
Skyview first down. Good play call. Again, trying the opposite side. Use the long side of the field, the wide side of the field, and just dropped it in there. Good open field tackle, though, by Shelley. I mean, they've been very, very effective and very efficient with their tackling.
1st and 10 now from the 32. Jet sweep, near side, and this one not going much of anywhere. Just a pickup of about 2, maybe 3 yards for the Hawks as they try the near side.
Yeah, and plenty of time, right? You can call anything at this point. You have plenty of time to throw the ball, run the ball. In fact, it might be smart to take as much time as you can to go score on this drive.
Particularly the way Shelley runs an offense as well. Buse, play action on 2nd down. Buse floats one to the near side. Pass is going to be fought for, and here comes a flag. It's incomplete.
I'm not sure what they're going to call.
Right, actually, Shelley came up with the ball. So coming out of all that with the ball was Keel Remington. But we're going to have to unpack a penalty through all this as well.
Yeah, it was kind of odd. I wasn't sure. I'm not sure what they're trying to call here. Because the defender has just as much right to the ball as the offensive player. Well, it looks like they were both going for it.
The defender had the ball, too. What will we have here? Well, it's just been a kind of a weird game, hasn't it? You know?
Yeah, trying to figure it out. I mean, identity-wise, I think we kind of figured out offensively what Shelley does. You know, offensively with Skyview, they're going to hit you with some things, but yeah, just not really able to get, I guess, fully on.
I'm still waiting for a call. Shell's going to send everyone back now. And again, it was one of those simultaneous possession type of plays. Here we go. Here's the call. Wow.
Huh.
Okay.
All right.
So here's what happened. They called Chase Ricks for a hit to the helmet, which is a personal foul penalty, and they said the pass was incomplete. So after all of that, Skyview is going to have a first down at the 50.
All right.
So Hawks now 1st and 10 from the 50. 6:29 left to go. Buse will throw. Buse, time in the pocket, throws one out to the flat. It's caught. And not much more after that one. Blaze Store on the catch.
Yeah, Buse hasn't been throwing a very pretty ball today. I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of those things are wobbling coming out. It's almost like he's kind of pushing the ball at his receivers versus just throwing at it, because the one time he did throw, he unleashed one and about took his receiver's head off. So it's almost like he has to throw a bullet, or he hasn't been able to have a good touch on the ball.
Under 6 minutes to play. Delayed handoff as they go to Downey, and Downey is driven back and didn't pick up much. 3rd down and 9 coming up. 5:43 left to go. Getting late here at Skyview.
Yeah, 5:38, 5:35, clock's ticking. And again, plenty of time for this offense. I mean, anybody can score at any time. But again, smart play calling to keep the ball, keep possession, and really burn that clock.
3rd and 8. Buse setting up a screen. Has Downey to the near side. Across the 45, not even close to a first down. Still 4 yards short. 4th down coming up.
Nice gain on 3rd down.
I'll tell you, Shelley's open field tackling has been phenomenal. I mean, they had one guy there. They had two offensive players blocking for him, and he submarined him, and he got between them and was able to upend him and keep him from the first down.
4th down and 4. The Shelley defense has been good on 4th down so far in this second half. Can they come up with another stop here? 4:40 left to play. Clock ticking as Skyview looks to the near sideline. Twins to the top of your screen. Buse rolls far side, throws on the run, pass caught, first down.
Good play call.
Caught by Bowman.
Yeah, good play call. Got him outside. That out route, it was man-to-man coverage. All he had to do was put it on the far side. He didn't do too much that time with his arm. And Buse put a little dime, dropped a little dime, able to complete it for the first down, and he got past the marker, which we've seen historically has been difficult for a lot of teams to run routes past the marker.
4:15 left to play. Clock moving following the first down. Buse now rolling near side. Buse throwing again on the run. Finds Bowman again. He dropped it. Drops have been a problem for Skyview tonight. It's a problem on that play, and it's 2nd and 10.
Boy, tough drop, too, wide open. And we talked about Buse taking some heat off and allowing his receivers to make the grab, and that time just not able to come up with it. Probably the first cold game we've played all year, right? I mean, it really is. It's been a wonderful summer, very temperate fall, and here we go. First night of the playoffs, nice and cold.
4:03 to go, 2nd and 10. To the near side is Bowman and Cron. As they line up twins left. Handoff to Downey. Downey straight up the middle, all the way to the 25. First down, Skyview.
Yeah, good play call. Got him looking to the outside. They've thrown two passes to the outside now. The defenders were cheating out there to stop the pass. That inside handoff. Downey picked up good yardage.
First down and 10 now from the 24. Back to Downey. Downey up the middle again on the draw, inside the 20, down to the 17. Picks up 7 as we approach the 3.5-minute mark here in the 4th and final quarter.
Exact same play, and they're spreading Shelley out now, pulling those linebackers, making them respect the pass because they have to give that lateral help to the outside, which frees up the middle of the field, and just allowing Downey to run downhill. Ooh, that was a terrible pun.
2nd and 4. Back to Downey on 2nd down. And Downey finds just a couple yards. So 3rd down coming up now. 3rd down in about 2. Clock is going to tick under 3 minutes.
Yeah, at this point, you got to start thinking, Shelley. You may need to start thinking about some timeouts. You've got to manage this clock because, I mean, even at this range, they do have a field goal kicker. You're going to need some time to score some points.
3rd down and 3. Martinez, the man in motion. Buse the throw. Zips one in. Pass is caught. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Skyview. Mason Cron. The Hawks are in front.
Wow, good pass. And he waited for that one to develop. Buse rolled to his left. Waited. Cron got open. And as open was, he just pinned his man on his hip. And as soon as he caught it, he's a big kid. Tough to bring down in the open field. But the patience to be able to find his receiver paid big dividends, and Buse has been waiting for that one all night.
Kinsman on for the point after. It is up and good. The Hawks lead by 7. 2:42 left to play.
Yeah, and somebody finally breaks through here, and the Hawks do it, aided by a big penalty, but able to put some plays together, creative play calling, utilizing the Shelley strength almost against them by spreading them out and having those linebackers bail from the middle of the field. And Downey just taking it, doing the majority of the work to the red zone. And then Buse, waiting for his play to develop, is able to hit Cron. Cron takes it in for the touchdown.
So 2:42 left to play in this one. Here's the situation. Shelley, all 3 timeouts. They have to get the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, and they can break it, right? Like, they've shown that they've had good speed on the outside. If they get in the open field, they've been 2 just trip-ups away from taking it to the house. And so Shelley has the athletes to do it. But typically this offense, we'll say technically this offense is not designed to do that. So managing the clock is going to be important at this point for Shelley if they're going to have a chance to stay in this game.
Kinsman tees it up on the near hash. End over end kick away. Back to the goal line. Waits, there he goes, down the far side. Waits across the 40 to the 45. It's brought down at the 50.
Waits looks like a track star out there, man. He shot like a rocket out of there. They did the fake reverse handoff on the kick return. And Skyview, some of those players fell for it and followed the near man, the man to the near sideline. And Waite just ran as hard as he could to a spot. Again, showing good resilience here. And that sets up Shelley really nicely at this point. Now they do have an offense to go 50 yards in 2:32 with 3 timeouts.
They need to go, like you said, 50 yards, 2 minutes, 32 seconds. The Russets with all 3 timeouts. They've got to get it in the paint. Bennett, left side, first down across the 40 and driven out of bounds.
Boy, that'll do it for you. If you can pick up 14 yards a pop, maybe worry about scoring too quickly if that's the case. Now, here's the dilemma at this point. I mean, it's been a tough slugfest. If Shelley gets in, do you go for 2?
With this momentum, yeah. I mean, why not?
Why not?
When you got the momentum on your side, just 2:13 left to play. Riker Williams with the receiver to the near side. They go back to the ground. Bennett once again slipping out of 1 tackle and up to the 32.
Bennett's had a lot of success over that left side. And if we go back and think about it, they've been able to get a good push over to that far sideline. In fact, they've been able to pick up some of their big chunk plays going that direction. And I expect them to keep rolling there and then maybe hit something back to this right side of the line.
1:40 left to play. Back to the ground, right side this time, across the 30. It is a first down. The clock may be starting to turn into a factor. 1:34 left to play. The Russets still all 3 timeouts. Russets still running the ball on every play on this drive, though.
Yeah, no panic, right? The urgency so they're going to stop the clock. Inside 2 minutes, they'll stop the clock to set the chains, and then they start winding it as soon as they get them set. But no urgency. I mean, I guess the urgency's there, but no panic, we'll call it, for the Shelley Russets.
127, toss in, the ball is on the ground, and they have to fall on it.
Yeah.
Blackner couldn't quite haul it in. I would think you got to use one here.
Yeah, they're not going to. I was saying the same thing. I was sitting here making the T with my hand.
Yeah. Clock down to 109 and moving. Second down and 14. Toss to Waite. Down the left side, Waite gets out of bounds across the 25. Third down coming up, 58 seconds to go.
So bizarre to see a team running the football with a minute left and you're clear out at the 25-yard line, and Shelley just waiting to pop one of these. I mean, they're willing to burn some downs, but it is third down at this point. I mean, they've got to focus on getting a first down before they think end zone.
3rd and 8. The Russets still have all 3 timeouts. Toss to Waite, near side. Waite cuts it back between the hash marks inside the 20. Does not have the first down. Clock down to 50 seconds and moving. 4th down coming up, and now Shelley will take a timeout.
Yeah, and they had to take a timeout. They got to talk this over. It's 4th down. I mean, don't even think about the end zone at this point. What's your best 4-yard play, and I mean, you're going to run it left side with weight run it over that left side of the line. Not sure if you run a toss at this point or if you run that kind of that jet sweep.
Just 47 seconds left to go. Shelley has to have this one. With 3 timeouts, even if you turn it over here, you're probably not getting the ball back.
Yeah, you're probably not. And I tell you what, no, they did just call a timeout, so 2 timeouts left.
You're right. So 2 timeouts left.
But I tell you, this is the first time I've seen any kind of urgency in this game, right?
Yeah.
Any kind of urgency where there's it's been heightened. I mean, I don't want to say sleepwalking, but Shelley's been calm. Their demeanor's been very collected, and then, they're running down the field and saying, okay, well, hey, we got 47 seconds left. We're 4th down. Now it feels like they're really starting to put their foot on the pedal here. Let's see what they come up with a 4th and 4, but I expect to run over the left side, call a timeout, and then take your shots at the end zone.
Waite and Bennett, the 2 split backs. It's Waite, left side. Waite trying to turn the corner. Throws a stiff arm. He's not going to get there. The Skyview defense holds.
Yeah, that's exactly what I called, and I said I didn't know if I wanted a pitch or a handoff. They went with the pitch, and Skyview answered. Great penetration, and it all started when they got the initial penetration, which forced him even wider. He wasn't able to cut upfield. Great tackle on the far sideline. Apologies to the Skyview fans. I did not see a number on that one, but a good wrap-up, bringing Waite, who's just been dynamite all night, down on the far sideline.
So now with 40 seconds left, just 2 timeouts left for Shelley. Skyview can smell the state quarterfinals.
Boy, they needed this too, didn't they? Home crowd, chilly night, and this program really could use a whoa.
Buse dropped the snap, but still able to get it.
That is not what you want to do on that. See, that's the problem, man. If you don't know how to take a snap from under center.
Yeah. And Shelley's going to call a timeout. Yeah, make them do that again. Why not?
Yeah.
Just 28 seconds left to go. Shelley with 1 timeout. And for Skyview, if Buse can hold on to the snap, assuming he's got to hold on to at least 1 more, Skyview will be on their way to Hillcrest next week, assuming Hillcrest holds on against Canyon Ridge. I'm assuming they did, but
I'm going to go with a yes on that one. Yeah. Most likely, sir, but I bet it was something nice. And so, did you get that Mace Ventura reference?
Oh. I might be a little young for that.
Yeah, be a little bit young for that one. There we go. Yeah, no, but so Skyview does end up having to play a tough game now, right? I mean, they beat Shelley. Shelley's a tough, hard-nosed team. They play in a tough conference, but they show that they can play smash-mouth football. They can play with a team who does like to run it down your throat. Now, Hillcrest does it a little bit differently, right? They have runners they can throw. It's funny because they'll line up in a triple option, then they'll line up in a spread. You don't really know what you're going to get. But that'll be a tough matchup for Skyview. But for now, just celebrate a great win versus a good Shelley football team.
Buse cleanly takes the snap, takes a knee. Clock under 30 seconds. Shelley does have 1 more timeout. They are going to use it. So 29 seconds left to go. 3rd down. So all Skyview has to do is get this snap cleanly away, and the Hawks will be moving on to the quarterfinals.
Wait, isn't it a 25-second play clock?
I think so.
So theoretically, they're going to have to punt.
Unless you hold on to the ball for
5 seconds. Yeah.
Which, maybe that's what they're telling them to do here. But yeah, 25-second play clock. Yeah, you're right.
So, I mean, actually, they could get a punt return.
It would have to be an absolute miracle.
I mean, Cal, Stanford, we've seen some we've seen some crazy things happen, especially at the high school level.
So 29 seconds left to go.
So now Skyview is going to take a timeout.
And they put 31 seconds on the clock. It is 3rd down. And Buse, another quick knee. So down to 30 seconds now.
So is it a 35-second clock?
It must be.
It must be a 35-second clock. Okay. Because if it's at 25, they're going to have to. Well, that's it, folks.
Yep.
So I was off on that, but good football game. I mean, I was impressed by what both of these teams did. They stuck to their game plans, and they did not overextend themselves. They didn't try to do too much. Had an odd flow through it, though, Lucas. I mean, I don't know if it's just because of it's playoff football or what, but it felt a little off, the whole thing. And I think if they had it to do over again, I don't know if it was just good preparation to be able to, make the other team stumble or what, but if they had it to do over again, I think that we'd see a little bit crisper, maybe a little bit more explosive game out of these two teams.
So with that, your final, once again, 21-14. We'll pause on IdahoSports.com, come back and award our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Skyview on to the quarterfinals. They win it 21-14.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Final score once again from Skyview. The Hawks moving on to the state quarterfinals. 21-14, your final here tonight. And what was just an absolute stalemate of a game. Neither team really giving much of anything offensively. The winning touchdown today, Mason Cron just caught a short pass, broke a tackle, and scampered into the end zone. And that was really the difference. This game was tied at 14 at the half. And that was the only touchdown in the second half. So your final 21-14. As we take a look at the 4A playoff bracket, you can see Skyview is going to move on, play the winner, Canyon Ridge and Hillcrest. We would imagine that will likely be Hillcrest in the state quarterfinals. So long road trip next week for Skyview. We talked about that in the open.
Yeah. Well, Mason Cron caught a touchdown pass in the first half also. He climbed the ladder and got it over the top. So, I mean, two throwing touchdowns for Buse, and then they were able to run one touchdown in also. But, you know, this game had a weird feel to it. The urgency wasn't there until it was. But I think that also goes back to a really well-coached football teams. Shelley showed up really well. They did a good job. They had to make the long drive over here. And they did a good job of sticking to their game, which is hand the ball off, misdirection, tackling, good open field tackling. The one time they didn't, Cron was able to break it for the touchdown. But outside of that, Shelley really stayed true to who they are. And we talked about, you know, in terms of size, Shelley being one of the smallest 4A schools really does have to show up and do everything really well. Now, flip side is Skyview. Skyview has done a good job over here in the SIC on this side of the state, and they're able to throw the ball and run the ball. And they showed that tonight. That dual threat ability of their quarterback, I think, makes them a tough out, makes them tough to defend. And this 8-9 matchup really shows up, and we can see it here. Now, moving on to play Hillcrest, I mean, look, good luck. That's going to be a tough game. Yeah. You're really going to have a good game plan. And I'm telling you, the coaching staff, the coaching staff has to do it, right? It has to come from knowing exactly what the other team's going to do and when they're going to do it, and making great plays. You can't just make good plays. You have to make great plays next week. So hats off and congratulations to Skyview for pulling out a good win against a solid football team in the Shelley Russets.
So one thing left to do tonight, it's award our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. And Mason Cron tonight, 2 touchdowns, including the go-ahead touchdown. His first touchdown just went up the ladder, won a jump ball. So here's our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, again presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Caught 2 of the 3 touchdowns today for Skyview.
Yeah, 2 of the 3. Like we said, Mason Cron, big kid, and he doesn't typically look like he would be a wide receiver, but he battles for the ball well on the outside, and he runs good routes. And we saw a couple of times when he went, and it's going to sound cliche as it is, but he did the smart thing, and he got past the sticks to pick up first down for first down grabs. Showed it all the way around, and I'm going to tell you the other one that really set it apart for me is he made that stonewall tackle on the goal line here versus Shelley to prevent the touchdown.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, he came in and he stuffed him. So Mason Cron really earned his stripes tonight as the player of the game.
So that'll do it for us tonight here from Skyview. Your final once again, the Hawks 21, Russets 14. Skyview on to the state quarterfinals. This has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2023 Idaho High School Football State Playoffs, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department and Idaho's College Savings Program. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valleywide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, Your Health Idaho, and your local Toyota dealer. Special thanks to Eric Bonds and the whole staff here at Skyview for their hospitality and helping us get this broadcast to the viewer tonight. Once again, your final 21-14, Skyview over Shelley. For Ryan Luke, my name is Lucas Gephardt, and we'll see you next week for state quarterfinals action.
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Funds are limited. Apply today at nextsteps.idaho.gov/launch. Idaho Launch. Support in ever.com.
This is not what I asked for.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Give the gift of college savings this holiday season with Ideal, Idaho's 529 college savings program. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
I love it. Thank you.
College costs money.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited. This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use